Hey guys, it's me, B-Bear, and today I figured I'd make a nice little video talking about where I've been. So it's been a while since I've posted, but I have been playing on this server called 2B2T, and if you guys have never heard of it, that's okay. It's basically just an anarchy server that is, well, the oldest server that has existed in Minecraft, or at least one of the oldest. Basically, I figured I'd just do a little origin story talking about how I got on here and what I'm going to be doing. So, first of all, I've heard about the server through the Camping Rusher first, and I never really planned to play on here, especially while he was making his content, because I realized that there was a war going on, and I'm not that type of person to really, go to war with really anyone. So I just sort of sat back and watched it happen, because I love watching drama. I just don't like participating in it, and I thought it looked really fun. After everything was over, it just seemed like regular survival, which was really cool. So I was like, you know what, I kind of want to join here. So after everything settled down, which it basically did in 2017, but I kind of forgot about it and didn't join until 2018. August actually of this year was when I decided to join 2B2T and actually give the place a shot. I actually made a giant leap in my progress yesterday, or not yesterday, but 3 days ago. Yes, 3 days ago I made a giant leap in my progress because I, for the longest time, was living in a base very close to spawn, and I will explain how. So when I first joined on here, I immediately knew the rules. Hack clients are useful. I wasn't using one yet, but I did start using one later on, as you can see now. But basically, I knew the rules. When you get to spawn, don't look at anyone. If you see people in armor, get away from them. You don't want to die. You want to get out. And I was about 800 blocks into spawn already, so I only had 200 blocks more to go in order to get out of spawn. So I did just that. I walked, and I did not sprint, and I did not jump, at least not if I could help it. And I got out of spawn very easily. And I actually found a nether portal very close to outside of spawn. So it was very easy. My spawn adventure was not a very interesting one, nor was it a very dramatic one. I just walked out of spawn and got into another portal. And actually, my whole experience on 2B really hasn't been that dramatic. There have been a few times where I made trips to spawn, and I purposely got into crap gear, like Protection 2, and, Sharpness 1 sword, or even just regular diamond like I'm wearing now, just so I could kill, the newbies, because that's basically 2B2T tradition. You kill the newbies. You can be nice and band with them as well, but you basically get frowned upon if you do that, so I just sort of, I just chill. And I kill the newbies, because that's basically 2B2T tradition. But sometimes I will be nice and, give the new players something to eat if I find them running across the nether highway, or just, doing things. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. Pretty much what happened was I got out of spawn, and I got into the nether, and I walked for about 5,000 blocks when I got off for the first time. I just walked. I didn't really do anything interesting. There was nothing really of interest that you guys would really be concerned about, but it wasn't until the second day that things got pretty interesting. I still didn't have a hack client, but on my second day I did install a hack client called Wolfram, which I'm actually currently using right now, as you can see, and it's a pretty nice client. I give it like a solid 7 out of 10, especially for a free client, so it's nice. But anyway, I downloaded the client, and I was in the nether, and I kind of had an epiphany, and I was thinking, you know what, in the nether, food spawns. And I actually, I was sort of talking in chat, just sort of trying to interact with the locals, the natives, whatever you want to call them, and they're like, man, you're crazy, there is no food in the nether, you need to go out hundreds of thousands of blocks. But I went to my menu, and I turned on X-ray, and immediately, in the nether, I found so many mushrooms. It was absolutely beautiful. There must have been, like, so many patches of mushrooms just, like, right off the nether highway. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're all stupid. I am going to be fed for a very long time. So I picked up about 2 stacks of mushrooms, and I was sick and tired of walking, so I was so happy when I actually discovered that mushrooms still spawned, even in alpha nether chunks. Well, not alpha, but like, the older versions of nether chunks. So I was pretty happy. I was like, alright, you know what? I am not going to be conservative anymore. I started sprint jumping. I started doing, you know, ways. I started using techniques that would get me outside of the nether faster, or at least through the nether faster, and I was very happy. You know, I was able to run. I pretty much got all of my shit together, and I had plenty of food, and yeah, it was great. I went outside of the nether for the very first time, and I mined up so many supplies. I must have had like almost a stack of every single type of block you could think of. Diamond, gold, iron. But that's just the norm. That's just like normal. That's only the first step. Like, you still have to get enchantment stuff. You still have to get totems, shulker boxes, things of that nature. And I didn't have any of that yet. So, you know, I was still considered to be poor, but material-wise, I wasn't as poor as many of the other players. So that was a good start for me. I took my first ever stop, and I made my base. And, yeah, that base is actually still there to this day. But of course, all the valuables are cleared out. The farm is still fully functional. Anyway, I lived in that base for a very long time. But, after a few trips to the spawn later, a few shulker boxes of totems, a few shulker boxes of Kino armor later, and I decided that where I was, you know, less than 100,000 blocks away from spawn, it just simply wasn't secure enough. So, as of a few days ago, I decided to move out of that base and make about a 5-day long trek on a pig in the nether, and I ended up where I am now. I did mine out. After a while, I did kill the pig that I was on, and I figured, you know what, this is far enough on the highway, I'm gonna start branching out. Yeah, I had a hack where I could break blocks in front of me, and at the same time, it would place that same block behind me. So, it was basically like an untraceable cave. And I kept on doing that for, I don't even know how many hundreds of thousands of blocks, or at least tens of thousands, maybe not, maybe a little over 100,000. But it was basically very far out. It's at a very random point. And then afterwards, I saved the coords to where I was, and I built a portal there. I went into it, and then I ended up not too far from here, but maybe maybe about 10,000, 20,000 blocks from here. And then I came here, and I found this village, and I figured, you know what, this is far enough, I'm gonna set up shop here. So basically, long story short, I'm very far away from spawn now. The chances of somebody finding my base is close to none, unless of course they use that exploit or whatever, where people can, you know, track you somehow by seeing where you're at. So all my stuff, like at least all my valuables, like my shulkers, they're all in my ender chest. And I actually don't have an ender chest yet, because I don't have any ender pearls, because they're all in my ender chest. Because I was stupid and didn't think to bring an ender pearl with me, because now I don't have any ender pearls, so I can't make an Eye of Ender until I find an enderman. So that's gonna be fun. But other than that, I'm doing just fine. I still have some pretty decent gear on me. Right now I'm just wearing regular diamond because I don't really plan to go back to spawn anytime soon, and I probably won't ever go back to spawn unless I absolutely have to, maybe for an incursion or something. But yeah, as of right now, I am living, I am surviving on 2B, and I am having a absolute heck of a time. You know, it's very fun, it's very you know, it's I don't know what it is, but I can't really describe it. It's just exciting to know that, you know, this isn't factions. You don't have groups, you're by yourself, and you are the only thing that's stopping you from getting rich on here. There aren't any dupes going around as of right now that I know of, so I can't duplicate any of my stuff at the moment, so I'm kind of stuck with only a few shulkers of totems and only like 2 shulkers of Kino armor. So, actually, I don't even think I have 2 full shulkers of Kino armor, but anyway, basically all I'm saying is I am not the richest person on here, but I'm definitely not poor. I have plenty of gear, I just have to access it. I'll find an enderman around here at some point, and I will get an ender pearl, and I'll be able to access all my stuff. But thank you guys for watching my little origin story of 2B2T. I do plan to play on here more, so be sure to check out some more content. I'll probably be posting on here maybe once a week, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. But yeah, until then, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.